Voice of SINOE is here for you. Let me check this sound here quickly. Voice of SINOE is live here. Voice of SINOE is live here. One, two, test the mic. 1, 2, test the mic. One, two, test the mic. 1, 2, test the mic. All right, good. Let's do this. We got to get a show on the way here, guys. We are on. It's going to be a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful show today. Got to share those that just joining me right now. Please share the show for us. And we're going to be right back here with more.
la guide, amude moule. Amude moule, ase fon la guide, amude moule. Fon français qu'il m'a. Ça c'est qu'il m'a. Yes, yeah. Angele. Yes, yeah. Angele.
Yes, guys, love is the only thing that brings us together. Wonderful day. Welcome to the Voice of SINOE in the Diaspora with Dark Side Poet Esoteric. We are coming to you live from Prospect Park, Pennsylvania, these United States of America. All right, for those that follow the show right now, please do me a favor, and that favor is to share the show for me, please. Just hit the share. That's all you have to do. It's not too difficult. We're going to give you a quick musical interlude, and we'll be right back to start the show. The show is jam-packed today with good stuff, and so you don't want to listen all by yourself. You need your friends to get the breaking news. We have a lot of breaking news today from Liberia, from SINOE County, and from the United States of America. All right, so please do the sharing for me. You can also follow us on YouTube. Just put Madison Freeman, and you will see us there. We are live as well. And so we'll be right back. I like to play Trailer here, Zombie, and I'll be right back.
Yeah, I'm on ready. Blessings on blessings, you call me blessings. These my blessings can all be touching. I know my level, my man, don't stress me. The puppy bless me, so I'm here to party. I want war, you're a zombie. I want box with a pro, you're a zombie. Batting up, bring a jealous zombie. I got a party, people dancing, you're a zombie. Sanko, me, I want to do it like Paco. Waiter, bring the liquor. The poor man, someone spend the paper. Waiter, bring the liquor. The poor man, someone spend the paper. I said nobody, I want party. I want you to go down low. I want you to find it slow. Mama, you rock the show. I'm ready to spend some more. And I'm gonna, sit down, I'm gonna check it. See, I see no time for check. Man, I want you to dance like you ready, don't care. And do the dance for the zombie set. It's me and you, mama, no more stress. I want to dance, I feel myself. I want war, you're a zombie. I want body, I pro, you're a zombie. Batting up, bring a jealous zombie. Got a party, people dancing, you're a zombie.
We don't go t-shirt face, all the children want a photo. Yeah, that do or die when they shake come around. You know, when I move bless me, they papa bless me. Guess what bless me? You cannot stop me. Your money can never go low. We say they high, but no heaven low. Papa, your man on papa. Ragaza, no remote than the star. I bless you first, go up, the transformer. My blessing full of red bell.
I want war, you're a zombie. I want body, I pro, you're a zombie. Batting up, bring a jealous zombie. I got a party, people dancing, you're a zombie. I said nobody, I want party. I want you to go down low. I want you to find it slow. Mama, you rock the show. I'm ready to spend some more. And I'm gonna, sit down, I'm gonna wait, bring the liquor. The poor man, someone spend the paper. Wait, bring the liquor. The poor man, someone spend the paper.
All right, all right. I want to do the zombie dance. Zombie dance. Yeah, you want to join me to do the zombie dance? All right, guys. A wonderful, wonderful, great day today in Pennsylvania. I don't know about you, but I think I'm quite sure you are having a great day on your side as well. Part of the world you are following the show. We have a very beautiful, beautiful, beautiful show today. And like I said, from the onset of the show, all you have to do is hit share. That's a little button over there at the bottom on the left-hand side of your screen. Just hit that. And that is it. You just watch the show. All right, so let me do a sound test here. Sound check from my end here to make sure that my sound is good. I don't know about you, but I think I'm quite sure as well. Part of the world you are following the show. We have a very beautiful. All right, fantastic. Our sound is wonderful. All right, officially, welcome to the Voice of SINOE in the Diaspora with Dr. Sayapode, Esoteric, from the state of Pennsylvania, the city that hosts the Liberty Belt, the historic city of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the home of the Constitution Center, the city in which the Constitution of the United States was written. All right, so that's the city we are coming to you from today. I actually in the suburb. It's called Prosper Park, and that's where we are broadcasting. That's where we have our major studio Voice of SINOE. All right, so those that follow me right now, the Lester Weah is following the show. Otello Colo, how you doing, sir? The one of our chapter's president from North Dakota. Lancy, how you doing? Welcome aboard. That's Jerome. How you doing, Jerome? Welcome aboard. Walker, how you doing, buddy? Welcome aboard. McIntosh, it's a McClinton or Glay or something like that. Sorry if I butcher your name. All right, so those are the people I'm seeing right now. Share the show. Share the link with your friends, so we can get the show rolling here quickly. All right, so let's get to our agenda for the day, things that we'll be talking about. All right, first, before I bring this up here, I want to do this quickly here. The breaking news from SINOE County of Liberia. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Voice of SINOE. Breaking news coming out of Liberia, from the Supreme Court of Liberia. Mr. Samson Weah, victory was reaffirmed today by the Supreme Court of Liberia. It has been a long battle, and so today the Supreme Court of Liberia reaffirmed the victory of Samson Weah, who won the December 8th election in SINOE County Electoral District number 2. All right, so there has been a long legal battle. The contender of Mr. Weah, Mr. Otello Kojo, or if you let other people say Otello Nambe, this guy right here who is the challenger. The guy has been, he has held the district hostage for several months because of power greed. The guy first took the case to NEC. The investigators, they filed a motion that Samson Weah did not win. He won the election and what have you. So the NEC investigative team, they did an investigation. They they reaffirmed the victory of Samson Weah. The guy also took the case to the Board of NEC, Board of Commissioners. At that level, again, they were defeated. And Otero Kojo still went to the Supreme Court of Liberia, and today the Supreme Court of Liberia reaffirmed the victory of Samson Weah. So we want to say, on behalf of the people of SINOE County, both at home and in the diaspora, we want to say congratulations to Honorable Samson Weah, Representative-elect of Electoral District number 2, SINOE County, Republic of Liberia. All right, let me do quickly some checking so I have technical glitch. At that level, again, they were defeated. So great, that's the breaking news from SINOE County. We're going to Liberia. We're going to go more into that shortly. I just wanted to share that breaking news with you. We're going to say more about it shortly. But let me share my agenda with you, things that I'll be talking about today. Please share the link with your friends. Mr. Mann, welcome aboard. All right, so these are the things. One of the issues I'll be talking about is on the screen there. The Supreme Court of Liberia reaffirms the victory of Samson Weah. All right, so next thing we're going to be talking about today on the platform, President George Weah declared curfew in Maryland County to quell arousing tension and violence. All right, we're going to be talking about that. The president issued a statement. We're going to look at the president's statement with respect to that. Next on the Voice of SINOE today, we also be looking at a message from the local president of the United Southwest Association, President Francis Clark Myers. Gratitude, a speech of appreciation. Let me do something here quickly before I go further. All right, so that's President Francis Clark Myers. So I said gratitude is a noble virtue. President Francis Clark Myers extends words of gratitude to everyone who helped during the death of a beloved father. All right, so we're going to go into that. We're going to be talking about that today. The major is a long time. President Maya has been out of the public domain, and she was out yesterday with a special statement. Next on the Voice of SINOE for our talking points, let me get that down. On the Voice of SINOE today, we'll also be talking about Representative Dr. George Boley of Grand GEDEH County Electoral District number 2. We'll be looking at his reply to Representative Dixon SEBO, calling him a pathological liar with possible mental disorder. All right, those are the words of Representative George Boley of Grand GEDEH County. Next thing we're going to be talking about on Voice of SINOE on the agenda. Let's see here. So again, Representative George Boley issued a strong reply to Representative Dixon SEBO, calling him a pathological liar with possible mental disorder. All right, that's Representative George Boley words right there, not my words. And we also be talking about founder and CEO of Bless the Children Foundation, Madam EDITH Poa, delivered relief supplies to children in Grand GEDEH County. All right, we're going to be looking at that as well. And this one here, President Chico Gideo of USAA bribed his supporters from the U.S. to honor him in an attempt to bolster his morale. President Chico Gideo of USAA bribed his supporters from the United States to honor him in an effort to bolster his morale. All right, and of course, I told you already, we're going to be starting with the verdict or the ruling from the Supreme Court of Liberia. Supreme Court of Liberia reaffirms the victory of Samson Weah. All right, so let's begin with that one first. The December special midterm senatorial election, congressional elections, to say, SINOE County was one of the counties in which we have two lawmakers or people that were elected. They have not sat. The senator of the county, the second senator, Augustine Chie, the challenger is in court currently. Even though the challenge is frivolous. One of the guys stood is the electoral district number 2, SINOE County. Honorable Samson Weah won the election. But then the opponent, the rival, Mr. Otello Nambe Kojo, threw a political tantrum and was beaten at every level. Every level, he took the case. The legal heads told Otello Kojo that his case has no magnitude. All right, so if you don't know Otello Kojo right here, let me show the man to you. The man that held the people of SINOE County seat hostage for several months because he wants to be represented by all means necessary. And that's Otello Kojo right there. You see, SINOE County is an interesting county. For whatever reason, certain elements in the county, they do not want certain people to hold positions. And so if you look at the crew right here, that's Senator Milton Tieje and his crew. And that's Otello, the guy with the glasses on his chest. Senator Milton Tieje has been pushing this young man. Even though it is incandescently clear that Otello Kojo has no case. But he said, you know what, to delay the representation of the people, we're going to do everything to just so that the people will not be represented. So Senator Tieje, you see the whole crew over there, those are the people that do not want you, the people of SINOE County, to be representative for you because you gave your mandate to Mr. Samson Weah. And the guy said, no, Samson Weah, you cannot. And we told these guys over and over again that in as much as you are linked to Senator Milton Tieje, you cannot win election in SINOE County at this point because the man has damaged himself. Who told you that? And so Samson Weah, Otello Kojo, as young as he is, he has been making wrong decisions after wrong decisions. And so as young as he is, he has been beaten twice, Otello Kojo, because he is following a man who was declared guilty for corruption. A man who championed his bill to make rape billable in Liberia when people rape our children so that they can go pay money and go free. This is the man Otello Kojo is following. The man that left SINOE County account balance negative $27,000. I'm talking about United States dollars here. The man who abandoned 74 projects. This is the man that Otello Kojo sees to be his political godfather, going around all over the man. He was with Honorable Zaza, the man who exposed corruption in SINOE County. The reason why SINOE County right now, all the leaders are careful, they are circumspect, is because of Mr. Zaza watching everybody. He has sent a strong message to everybody. Otello was working with Mr. Zaza. He left the office and he decided to follow Tieje, who was by then on corruption indictment. Otello Kojo has been beaten for the second time. Samson Weah, who is not a politician, he came from the back. He was doing regular thing, helping the people as a healthcare professional, making sure that the people are taken care of health-wise. And so when the late Numbers law passed, the man did, the people had already identified him. And so when Numbers law passed, the man identified with the people. You went to the county and sympathized with the people. He told the people how important Numbers law was and stuff like that. Whereas on the other hand, Otedo Kojo, immediately Numbers law passed away, these people were having meetings to fill the vacancy. The guy do not, for some reason, some people are just so callous. Otedo Kojo, this crew right here, the guys are only after political position, how to fill the vacancy. The man, Numbers law, was in the morgue. The family were grieving. The guys were having meeting to replace the man who will fill the vacancy. And that would tell how they brought Otedo Kojo. And the people of Sano County said, no, district number 2. They said, no, our son died. You did not come here to sympathize with us. You came here while our son Bala was still in the morgue. You came here with Senator Milton Teji, the road campaign. And so that is heartless. And so the people say, no, we're going to go to the ballot box and teach you a lesson for the second time. So they taught Kojo a lesson. Kojo went at every level. He tried to subvert the will of the people. And that did not happen. People said, no, Samson Weah is the man that we elected. The Supreme Court look at the NEC Board of Commissioners, the ruling, and look at all the pieces of evidence. And they say, you know what, no magnitude in the case of Otedo Kojo. And so Samson Weah was reaffirmed today, his victory was reaffirmed today by the Supreme Court, and we want to say congratulations to Samson Weah and the people of electoral district number 2. Now you'll be represented by next week. NEC is not the job of the Supreme Court to certificate people. And so by next week, Samson Weah will be certificated to assume his seat so that he can deliver on his promises. The message that he ran on. It's now time to do the work. We also, now that Otedo Kojo case, a frivolous case, has been jettisoned, I'm quite sure as well, Madam Grace Carlin Briama, because her case was anchored, this lady right here, her case was anchored on the validity of Kojo's case. But since the Supreme Court has ruled and said that Otedo case has no magnitude, we can also assure you that Madam Grace Carlin Briama case will be trashed. It will be put in the pit because it has no magnitude. There's no validity to the case, to the argument they are making. And so sooner rather than later as well, our Senator, Mr. Augustine Chie, will be back in office to start the people work. And that's Senator Augustine Chie. He beat Grace Carlin Briama over 2,000 votes. And this woman is contesting that she was cheated. Over 2,000 votes. The man beat you. And you are listening to Senator Diaz. All of these people I'm showing, with the exception of Senator Chie and Representative Samson Weah, these people, the Grace Carlin Briama, Otedo, they were all hoping on Senator Diaz to make them lawmakers in Sano County. They were not running on their own records. They were running on so-called popularity of Senator Milton Diaz. And now they have been defeated and they want to do it through the law. But the law is also saying, no, you didn't win the election. And so we want to say congratulations again to Mr. Samson Weah and the people of Sano County. Hopefully Otedo Kojo and others will work with Mr. Samson Weah so that we can push the development agenda of our county. District number 2 of SINOE County, the late lawmaker Nambis Law called it, he described it when he came to the U.S. here, the walk-in district. And so we have a lot of work to do in our district in SINOE County. And so by that, we need everybody's support. All right, so that's the issue of the breaking news from SINOE County or Liberia with respect to electoral district number 2, SINOE County vacancy. All right, let's get to the next one here that I want to talk about today. Welcome aboard if you are joining. Hey, Jefferson, welcome. Edwin, how you doing? Welcome aboard. Tmani, how are you? All right, so let's get to the next thing that I want to talk about today. The next one here, let's see. I got a master sheet here, so I'm gonna go through it and go to what I want to talk about here. So let's do what's this, man? All right, let's talk about the president of the Delaware Valley chapter, President Francis Clark Myers. President Myers' father passed away not too long ago, and we went to Liberia in December. We came back January, and within that time, her father, immediately we returned from Liberia, her father passed away. And so it has been quite a difficult time for her and the family. So imagine going to Liberia back to back. So she just came from Liberia not too long ago to bury her father. And so after a while, people helped you out. You see, gratitude is something that most people don't value, but it is very, very important. Because it's one thing to say, oh, thank you. It's another thing to say it from the bottom of your heart, to mean it. So President Myers, the support that she received during the demise of her father, it was astonishing myself. Had it not been for the COVID, that massive building, Victory Harvest, it would have been, just imagine in the middle of COVID, that building was incapacitated. What if there was no COVID-19? So the woman, you can tell the solidarity that the people showed to her. It tells you that she's a great community leader. She's a people person. Other people say extrovert. She's not an introvert. She's not all by herself, aloof. She participates in the community, whether in the church, whether not in the church. She is ubiquitous. In other words, a big word for you. She all over. She didn't restrict herself and say, oh, I want to belong in the church. No. So secular and non-secular, she all over helping people. So the people reciprocated or kindness, during the death of a father, people show up and the support of massively. And so because of that, she said, you know what, I cannot just be quiet. I know this is a tough time. I'm a leader. And so I still have to come up and to appreciate the great work, the solidarity, the messages from all over the place, the financial support, and everything else. So she came public yesterday. And so let's play the quick excerpt from our speech. President Myers yesterday, a quick video here. Let me get to that video quickly. Where is my video? It's somewhere around. Sorry, yeah. A lot of stuff here. It's a quick video, nothing long. So, Madam President, welcome aboard. I just seen her. She just joined us. Welcome aboard to the Voice of SINOE. Let's see, where's the video here? President Myers video. I've got a lot of videos here, so I will try. If it is not the right one, I will try. That's not the right one. Sorry, I got it right here. It's here. I want to play it for you. All right, good. It's a video right here.
Assembly of God family, my pastor, Pastor Kweku, with my assistant pastor, Pastor Nimland, with the praise team and the choir. I just want to tell God, thank you. The Reverend Baptist Church praise team. I want to bless God for you guys, for what you did for us. You know, I want to also bless God for Mother Singway. Because when I reached out to her and said, Mother, we want to use your church for the funeral of my father. Even though they were going through their fast and prayer month, the month of March is set aside for their fast and prayer, she said, but because of you, we'll give you the church. And indeed, they give us the church. First, when I called in, I said Saturday. And then after a while, I said, oh, okay, we'll do both Friday and Saturday. And those 2 days, they give it to us. I want to bless God for you, Mother, you and your husband, the Reverend Dr. Singway. I want to bless God for you, the entire church, for what you did for us. I want to bless God for my woman of Christ, Pastor Cecilia Sie, and the woman of Christ. I want to bless God for your financial support. I want to tell God, thank you. I want to bless God for USAA Delaware Valley Chapter, headed by my Vice President, Mason Topa. I want to bless God for you. Indeed, you make me to feel that, yes, indeed, as your president, my time and my effort that I did in this community did not go in vain. USAA Delaware Valley Chapter, you have done it for me. You make me proud before my family. At least they knew that when I'm passing around and doing stuff, at least they knew the reason I do stuff. USAA Delaware Valley Chapter. May God multiply, may God double every cent that you spend. Besides giving the money, some of the women coke, and you have it. My mother, Mabel City, I want to tell God, thank you for you. Oh, this woman. I just want to bless God for you, Mother. I want to bless God for you. Whatever you did, God knows what you did. I don't have to announce it on Facebook. But I just want to bless God for you. For being a mother that you are in this community.
All right. That's I call the political Cleopatra of the Sapo Nation, Madame Frances Myers, right there. You can see the message. You can see from the tone, from the body language, you can see that the woman is genuine. That's what we call genuine gratitude. She is passionate, recognizing the efforts of the people. And so this is it. You can tell fake gratitude, you can distinguish fake gratitude from real, authentic gratitude. Some people will come and we want to say 6 October, Christopher Wale, Sophia Kape, the woman recognized the whole chapter. She's not picking out people, So, President Myers, we also want to say thank you so much for your service to the community. The logic of reciprocity requires that, when you scratch my back, I should scratch your back, in both good and bad times. And so your back was scratching negatively. And so your vice president, the distinguished Mason Toba, put the team together, and we were able to do what we did, even though the national administration neglected you. It's very sad. The woman who generated the highest amount of money that is in our account right now, dime did not come from our national administration. 5 cents did not come from the national administration. It's sad. But we are giving this guy $7,000 to go. But the woman that was breaking her back and that is still breaking her back for money to be in our account so that we can help the people. When something happens to her, the national administration doesn't show up. The boy in their wisdom did not prevail on this guy. And they too, they came with empty words. It's sad. United Support Association. But Madam President, we want to say, don't be discouraged. You know, if you are a leader or as a human being as a whole, you have disappointments. Especially when you are a leader, people will do some things that will go under your skin. But your ability to handle it with some force, with equanimity, with that kind of poise that you are doing, you are handling things with right now. That's what we need. You're committing that. The kleptocrat that we have right now, the kakistocrat that we have right now leading the organization, sooner rather than later, they will be ejected from the presidency so that the right thing will be done for our people. So that when something happens to somebody, our support will be universal. It will cover, it will be comprehensive. It will not just be just one set of people and other people are marginalized. That will not happen. And so we want to say thank you for your message. Thank you so much. You are a great leader. And that is why that's how you put the esoteric, the holds a voice of SINOE in the diaspora, the voice of the people of SINOE County in the wilderness and preaching the moral doctrine. Telling the people the truth. I will continue to do the right thing. Tell the people, when you are going astray, I will tell you. You're my president. And not because you support me or I support you. When you are wrong, I'll tell you the truth. I will not be your praise singer like other people that they are doing to the national president. And now he is going in the abyss of immorality, of injustice. Because the guys around him, they are not telling the truth. Anything he does, they think, oh, pray, hallelujah, G-Ko-G-O. All right, so Madam President, thank you for that gracious message. Thank you so much. Continue the work you're doing. Again, our sympathy to you and your family. Difficult. But you know you have an excellent vice president. And so he is handling the situation right now until you can recover. You know, I just don't want you to move for too long. You know, it's a difficult call to make. Yeah, but when you're a leader, you're a leader. A lot of things on your shoulders. You know, you can move in perpetuity. You know, you got a lot of work to do. We got a lot of things to do. The vice president can only go this far. He can go further than that. You know, it will be a contravention of the Constitution. You have a mandate. The people give you that mandate. But sooner rather than later, the president will be back on course to get a gavel back from the vice president. All right. Let's get to something else that I want to talk about today. That's President Miles's gracious message over there. Let me see what I was talking. I saw people joining me here. Let me look at some of your comments. The president said, thank you, SG. You are welcome. The Voices Sapo Nation, welcome. Cody Morris, welcome aboard. Mr. James Panto, welcome aboard. Angeline, how you doing? Nimale, how are you? And others, if I'm not seeing all of you, so if you're under the melodious and euphonious voice of Docs, how you put it, welcome on board. All right, let's get to the next thing that I want to talk about here. I don't see a lot of comments here. I'm watching. Nice song. All right, so let's do this quickly and get to the next thing. But before we bring the next thing here, let me do a quick commercial. I'll be right back.
Zedin money, Dulan Zedin mo. I get to bow, I get to play out. I'm on Daddy Boo, in Daddy do wow. I'm on Blimo, 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 I'm on Daddy Bullet. I said I get it. Daddy way, Daddy way, Daddy way, Daddy way, Daddy way, Daddy way.
Watch out, we want peace and unity. Watch out, we must come together. Love is the reason why we live. Love is the only thing that brings us together. Watch out, we want peace and unity. Watch out, we must come together. Love is the reason why we live. Love is the only thing that.
Yes, love is the only thing that brings us together. We need to reconcile, even though sometimes we'll tell you the truth. Eventually, after the truth has been told, we're going to reconcile. Reconciliation will be the verdict of our truth telling. And so at this time, welcome to the Voice of SINOE. We want to talk about the founder and CEO of Bless the Children Foundation, Madam EDITH. This woman is fantastic. Just like President Francess, she's a wonderful lady. She has a dream, and the dream she had, it has to do with a certain population of our country. And the children that are unfortunate in life, that are grappling with different abnormalities, sicknesses, tumor, and different things. So the woman said, the country, our country has a lot of challenges. The government cannot do everything, even though the resources that are not being put into areas where they are really needed. But she said, as a citizen of Liberia and who is fortunate to be in the greatest country in the world, I'm going to make my contribution to my country. And so against that backdrop, she established an organization called Bless the Children Foundation. And again, bless, the Christian, so she is blessing the children with the little she has. She has a good team, and they have been doing a lot in Liberia. They're doing these complicated surgery. She getting money, helping people to help children with medical conditions and stuff like that. And so currently she is in Liberia, Madam EDITH, with a delegation. She is currently in Liberia, and to continue on the dream of our organization. She's currently in Liberia. So let's play a video right now. How you see how excited she is, how excited this young man that she helped, or one of the young men that she helped, one of the children. He has grown though, but so you can see the effort, the product of this woman, the work that she is doing. Let's get to that video quickly here. Madam POATH is a wonderful lady, and that's why I supported her robustly during the Grand Jededict Association in America's election. I wanted her to be the national president because I thought she has what it takes to lead the organization to prosperity. Let me get something here quickly. Let me get my device on charger on here, guys. Great. We are good to go now. We don't have to worry about phone dying or computer dying. All right, so Madam POATH is currently in Liberia. So let me play this video quickly. Two short videos here that I want to play.
Okay, right now.
That's not the one that I want right now. I got a bunch of videos. Sorry, guys.
Good morning. Today is March 28th, 2021. Bless the Children Foundation truck is about to go to Grand GEDEH County, precisely Putu, Republic of Liberia, West Africa. Speaking to you, my name is Edith, founder, CEO of Bless the Children Foundation. We have on board this 17 barrels that was brought in from the United States for kids. We have rice, water, and other things for the children of Grand GEDEH County. Okay? Yeah, it's our family. Madam Rupsi, what do you have to say?
Oh, I'm so glad and happy to see our children going to get whatsoever they need at this moment. And we just ask God for all those things to reach. And we thank God for everything.
And we have all the crew here. This is like the truck. What's your name, sir? Tony. Tony is going to Grand GEDEH too. They're the one controlling this heavy truck. Okay. We have one of our drivers. What's your name? Grisby. Melvin. Soto. Okay.
Moses.
Okay. So that's pretty much. What's the driver? You the driver for the big head of a truck? You gonna have it? What's your name? Khalifa?
Yeah.
Khalifa? Huh? Khalifa, how you gonna do this thing? Okay, that's Khalifa. He's the driver for the truck.
Thank you so much.
Well, thanks so much, and we'll pray for every, the safe arrival of you guys in the things. I know it's gonna be okay, but we'll talk to y'all later. Bye.
All right, so that's Madam Edith Poa right there. The relief supplies been taken to Grand GEDEH County, specifically Putu. All right, so one more video here, and we say one or two words and go something else here.
Somebody send money to M1. I ain't bringing it. I'm bringing it to him. After calling them money, I said no.
Yeah, I'm happy to see you.
Right. Yeah.
Thank you. God bless you too. Everybody from America, they love you. Bless the Children Foundation. I'm happy to see you, like. Wow. Okay, let's go see you. Well, bless the Children family. I'm glad we here with Mike's mom. This is Mikey Mike. So the house is well up there?
No.
So Mike, how you doing?
Fuck say that.
You can just pause your head. Let's see it in.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. That's Madam Edith Poa there. She currently in Liberia, carries on relief supplies for the children in Liberia. You see, there's a gentleman there that was in the video that was hawking her multiple times, you know, and there's a reason why the guy is doing that. The guy is being appreciative because this guy had this massive tumor right here. And the woman did what she could. You know, they did the surgery on the guy. He looks normal now. You know, that's why he's so excited, you know. And so Edith Poa is a great woman. And these are the people we need to at least, I mean, help one way or another. All of us, if we are playing our part like this, Liberia will be good. So she's helping a lot of children. I mean, some of them got, I mean, if you see some of the images, they are so graphic. So I didn't want to bring some of them here. But the woman is doing a wonderful job, and we want to just recognize her and her team, the Blessed Children Foundation family. You know, yeah, she's doing a wonderful job. So we want to say congratulations, Madam Edith Poa and your team. Continuing the magnificent work you are doing. Some people might not recognize it, but we are watching. And President, even though I'm president, we are titled, but I'm the real feminist in chief. You know, I'm here to support the women. Yes. So when they're doing the right thing, we recognize them. When they're going astray, say, no, ma'am, you guys are the queens, you know, and the queens, you know, they don't do X, Y, Z. And so I'm here as the buttress of everybody. All right, so Madam Poa, I want to say have a nice trip in Liberia, continue the wonderful work you're doing, and we are here to lend our support. All right, so that's Madam Poa trip to Liberia. Hey, our chair lady, Delaware Valley chapter, Queen, why is it Queen? Sorry, our chair lady, welcome aboard. Great job, Honorable Edith Poa. That's it. Yeah, she deserved the pat on the back. All right, let's get to this something else that I want to talk about today on the Voice of SINOE. Welcome aboard if you are listening to me. Let's see here what we got to talk about here. Let's go to His Excellency, most educated, the great professional, Dr. Greenco Gio, the president of the United Sapota Association in Americas, who is currently in Liberia. And so this one I call President Greenco Gio of USAA brought his supporters from the U.S. to honor him in an effort to bolster his morale. Okay? You know, that's a sole reason for which the president went to Liberia. He said that to us on the teleconference. I'm not making things up. The president said he wants to go to Liberia to break morale for the organization. And so the president is on a morale breaking spree in Liberia. Okay? And we discussed other speeches of the president we share with you. But this other video that I saw that I'm about to play, it is hilarious, but it is not. I mean, and when I'm watching it, I'm like, you serious? It like, we went to Liberia the other time with the chair lady, Madam Verma Smith, with me and the president. And then those are all like Madam chair lady and myself will go and buy African gown or whatever and go and say, we want to recognize, we want to honor President Gio. President Myers. That's how weird it is. The team, the people that the president took from here, took to Liberia. And one would have thought that the people on the ground will honor the president. But the people did not. So the president said, you know what? This will be a disgrace to me. So since the people gave me over $15,000 to come to Liberia, I will just give you guys some money. You'll buy the African gown, you can't gown me. Because it doesn't look right for a whole national president of the Saba people to come here and there is no presentation made to him. And so they play this scheme. It's a whole scheme. Okay. But let me play the video before we go into further analysis here. But before I do that, I will first play, because you gotta understand, President Gio and his team, they don't see the organization as an organization to help our people back home. They see the organization as a political competition. All right, they're running competition with President Frances Myers. All right, so whatever Frances Myers did when she went to Liberia, the guys are practically mimicking, they are repeating step by step and word for word what both men would say. They are repeating everything verbatim, word for word. All right, and so let's play that retrospect. Let's look at President Frances Myers' video when she went to Liberia. What the people did. I did not give her a present. The chair lady, Margie Smith, did not give her a present. See what the people themselves on the ground, what they did. All right. And we'll compare that to that of President G. Coach. I was cracking up when I saw that. So let's listen. Let's play that video. Let me get to that video quickly here so you can see what I'm talking about. All right. So here is the first video. Let me play Madam Frances Myers when she was in Liberia, right? So let's listen to Frances Myers' video first.
Okay, right now, ladies and gentlemen, the special recognition of the effort of President Frances Myers. Right now, the Sinkin women are about to give a special award here. So you're following the voice of SINOE in the diaspora with Dark Support, the esoteric. Right now, we are in Liberia. The outskirts of the capital city. That's President Myers right now is about to be honored here for a wonderful job she's doing in the United States, working along with the Vera leaders.
All right, so that was the epic reception that President Myers and her delegation, they received when we were in Liberia. You see the great Sayapo that were there too. You know, the guy they couldn't wait to see the emancipator of the people of Sino County. I'd like to recognize the young Sapo guy who was quite involved in national politics in Liberia. We call him the political demagogue. Stephen Lloyd Toba, welcome aboard, sir. Mercy Santo, our queen, former queen, her birthday celebrations coming up pretty soon. All right, so you have to be, I think it's in April, so you have to be at the occasion. It will be spectacular. You don't want to miss it. Hey, Tony, what's up, buddy? Welcome aboard. Honorable Jawi, welcome aboard. All right, so let's get to, so I just show you that video to retrospect, to see how it was when President Miles went there. When you look at the crowd over there, I was actually honored as well. I mean, Magina Smith was also honored, since Diana Deja from Minnesota. The people honor us. They honor President Miles. Okay? You saw that large crowd, the people were singing. Conversely, on the other hand, when you look at that of the national president of the United Support Association, the video I'm about to play right now, the video, when I saw that video, I said, no, this is the downfall of President Gio. To the point where your delegation, the people that you took to Liberia, will honor you, you are done. That is a done deal already. It's finished. Let me play that video so you can listen. All right? Don't take it from me.
That's a nice one. Thank you.
But this is a start, and I know you will continue. You will do better than that. So on behalf of the Johnson people, because I was expecting the Johnson people to honor you, so they didn't do it. So, but still, we are all available here, we are Johnson women. So on behalf of the Johnson people, sister, Comfort Gate, come on there, and let's say Rebecca said it, and Sister Sophia, we take this time to guide you with this song.
Wow. Thank you. I gotta put a gun on here, man. Yeah, but I put you out too, man. Yeah. What? Baku the deal, man. Yeah, 10, man. I was joining you outside. Nimbo came here at Apatro. Oh, boy, I don't do Apaya Nuni. Yeah. Oh, join not to Apaya Nuni. Yeah. I throw, man. I throw. Boy, my president. Yeah, I do. Wow. Okay. I do too. All right. Yeah. And you know, around that is, around that Paola just want your team. Before you are successful, then you are the yes. After what make it there. So, support it. You know, I didn't clear. Some of them didn't clear it. And you people say, I don't humbly. I gave me a word you say now. Yes. Thank you, girl. Thank you.
So, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. So you see the radical difference between the honoring program of President Francis Myers and the honoring program of the national president. The chapter leader got a better reception than the national president. Now, this is not only a disgrace to the president, it's a disgrace to our union. Something is fundamentally wrong for a national president to go to the people. The president is, according to him, from Kabade. He passed through Kabade. The people did not honor him. The president told us he is from the Sinkom Belt. He specifically is from Vubadi. The people did not honor the president. The lady, the Sinkom lady, they actually honor President Francis Myers, even though the president is a Sinkom man. So the president went to Johnson. He made this speech that made the people that got the people angry. He was dividing the people, the old people from 60 years old, they get old ideas. Let us not listen to the people, our young people. He made that speech. And in Johnson, the people did not honor the president in that building. The president and his team, they went to Johnson, they carried over 15,000 United States dollars. They did not kill chicken. Oh, come on. I forgot. Chicken, no. They did not kill laser. On say so deba. On say baba deba. On say keda deba. Nothing for the people. Before I even talk about goat. The men did not kill a fly for the people to celebrate. They carried that money. Nothing was done. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. They went to Moravia. If the same video I was playing just now, Christopher while they were doing presentation in there, and we kill goat. You serious? You went to Johnson with that heavy crowd, and you did not kill, like I said, frog. They did not kill tall for the people. I said clorodeba for the people, not a chicken. But then they went Moravia and they said we'll kill. When we went Moravia, guess what? It was Mr. My own uncle, I just forgot his name. It just said on my pad. The man actually killed a cow. But President Gio and his team, the people, if you listen to the lady, right, he will say, I expected a Johnson lady to honor the president, but they did not do that. And so, since we are Johnson people, we are on your delegation, we ourselves will honor you. That's the downfall of the president. And the great African author, Chinua Achebe, he said, things fall apart, the center cannot hold. President Gio, things are falling apart. And so, he is forced to give the people some of the money they took from us here to buy a gown so they get gown here. Then he said, Joseph, how did Joseph, we here to come free? You can't free the people. And the people are not honoring you. The people you carry, they don't want honoring you. And you say, Joseph, you can't free the people? For the jury, thought the guy is finished. So, I mean, it's just funny. The people are actually, are you serious? The people cannot honor this man. His own people, they gotta get you some money. So, this thing will be embarrassing. Christopher Wallen and they call the president, man. The president, this thing will be embarrassing. Nobody have made any presentation to you. So let's take the little thing and give it to the woman, and they can go buy some African sugar and bring it and put it on you. And that's what exactly they did. The woman just said it. He said the women, they didn't send the diaspora, they don't want to honor you. We will do it. Same we are diaspora women. We so far cape. We do it. So President G is finished. And then the people are actually forcing for the people to clap. You clap for the president now, you clap small now, and then one person do it. Only one person clap. Are they serious? It's finished. Things are falling apart. The center can no longer hold President Gio and his team. So this is the morale breaking trip of the president. The people got a boosted morale. So they have to, do that little facade, and they did a little presentation so the president can be, feel good. That's a therapy for the president. It makes him feel a little better. Oh, you guys have been working with me. I know your strength. I know what you can do. Putting it down on me, it's not strange. I'm a Joseph. Yeah, the people put me in the hole. And then I came out. I became the prime minister for Egypt. the great David. I mean, are you going to? So that's the President Gio. So the president, all joke aside, we as a union, we are in a serious problem for our president to be treated this way. Yeah, he said, ladies and gentlemen, we have to restore the dignity of the organization. We got to. Right now, to the point where when a president of somebody comes from the United States, the people revere you, they honor you, they respect you. And to the point where now they are not respecting our national president, something is fundamentally wrong. And what is wrong, I know it. It's the terrible leadership we have right now. And how do we solve that problem? Well, we have our document. It gives a time frame when the president should serve. And so this August, we're supposed to go to convention. I was told, I had a conversation with the leaders in Florida, and they told me they are working out modalities, but the president got to make the call now, because if we do not go for the convention, we'll be forfeiting our money. The poor can't pay the money back. And you're talking about pretty close to $4,000 or $5,000 because there are 2 halls. And so, but you see, with the kind of disgrace that the president is going through right now, I'm quite sure he does not want to exacerbate his disgrace, his humiliation. So for the president to establish the Electoral Commission for the August convention to go on, I found it quite difficult. It will not happen because the man will be further disgraced. And he doesn't want to do it because President FRANCESS Myers will beat President Gio unmercifully. He will be politically decapitated and decollated. But so, in order not to go through all of that, you just go to the library and say, when you have election today, me, Gringo Gio, I will beat that person because I have the chairlady of North Carolina on my side. I have Minnesota chapter. You get 6 chapters in a year. We don't talk about a chairlady from North Carolina and Minnesota chapter. That will be way election. The president was saying that. I was laughing. I was serious. To the extent where the president of Iowa, Dave Cooley, that used to praise the president, the Dave Cooley were against the money that were taken from their account. The $7,000. Because the guys, when they hijacked the Constitution, they say that General Assembly approved. Meanwhile, the Constitution of the United States Association did not say that. They didn't say people that congregate on a third conference constitute General Assembly. No. They say people that convene, the people that meet at a convention. And so because of that, it infuriated Dave Cooley. And Dave Cooley wrote a statement. He said, no, this does not equal to General Assembly. No, this is wrong. This is wrong. And so the president, our president, consistently continued to embarrass us. Yes. All right, so that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, I'd like to hear from you too. And also, maybe if you want to call, there's a number at the bottom there. Call the number. I want to hear from you. But this is what's going on in our union, and people are not talking. You don't have an opinion at all. You okay with what's going on? You wouldn't want that you up with a loan to say it. I don't mind saying it though. I'm gonna say it. But we also we got to talk, everyone. I mean, when you come on the show, I expect you to participate. If you don't want people to see your beautiful face, you just call it no at the bottom, and I can bring you on. If you want to come live, just say, send me the link. I will send you the link. And you'll be live on Voice of SINOE. The globe will see you. All right. All right, so that's the issue of President G-Code's video, the morale-breaking trip of the president. Let me look at some of the comments here. GS, don't kill me, man. My start hurting. The sample, I can speak the sample better than any of you following here. Yeah, that kind of arrogance, right? Honorable Vice President, welcome aboard. Mr. Tuba. We did that. That's right. All right. Those are the comments trending right now. And let's go to the next thing here for our show today. Let me get to the next thing here that we'll be talking about. All right. So this one here, I just want to look at the president of the Republic of Liberia. Judge Weah declared state of an emergency in Maryland County. In Maryland, the southeastern region, is close to the SINOE County, other counties in that region. There's been violence in that area, and so the president, I want to look at the president's statement quickly, and we want to go to other things here. I got the Grand GEDEH County Representative, Mr. George BOLEY, strong reply to Representative SEBO. We're going to be looking at that as well. Let's see here. Did I put the bullet point here? Yes, I did. All right, let's look at that quickly. Let's look at President Weah, state of... so President George Weah declared curfew in Maryland County to quell rising tension and violence. Okay. So let's look at a statement that was put out by the president. The curfew was declared today from the 1st. Let's see quickly. Let me get something out here for us. All right, so that's Dr. George Weah, a beautiful image right there. Let me look at this statement from the president's office here quickly, so that we can be informed, be abreast of what's going on in SINOE County, or in the southeastern region, actually. All right, so but before I go to the president's statement as well, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Buffett Chambers, also got a statement here. I want to look at it first, and then we'll look at the president's state of a curfew. So, President, the Speaker of the House, Chambers' statement yesterday, today, it was dated April 1st. Of the Speaker press statement here, Morovia, April 1st, 2021, and it says, the assembly of our people in Plebo and Harper cities, which subsequently culminated in the violence in Maryland County a fortnight ago, was occasioned by the discovery of the lifeless body of a young student of the Plebo High School identified as Mr. Mendicio Yema. Our people had good intent. Let me read that. Our people had good intent to bring a resounding attention to the local authority and national government, but were undermined by violence and destruction by disguised individuals within the group. The Speaker went on to say, we are reading the Speaker's statement, Chambers, on the screen there for you. We believe that it does not reflect on the image of our law-abiding citizens the gruesome murder of the young Yuma, which had a semblance of ritualism, and this has been a menace that has shadowed the good image of our beloved county, Maryland, and its people for many years. We urge all of our people to ban on the perpetration of such diabolical cultural practice, to cease and desist. In this vein, we have come to categorically condemn this subhuman practice, for it has no place in the standing of our today's Maryland. We therefore want to assure you of our commitment to support the government to investigate, prosecute, and apply the law in its wholeness to deter further occurrence. The speaker went on to say about the unprovoked arson attack on my premises in Plebo City, Plebo Sotokin District, and the vandalism and destruction of government property, including the impeding of normal business activities and the movement of peaceful citizens. We believe strongly that same do not represent the majority patriotic citizens of our community, Plebo Sotokin District, and all of Maryland. Let me take this moment to express my profound gratitude to the President of the Republic of Liberia, His Excellency Dr. George M. Weah, for his decisiveness in taking a hands-on approach to restore calm in Maryland County. Now that the President has imposed curfew in Maryland County, I crave the indulgence of all persons within the territorial boundaries of Maryland County to abide by the requirements set forth for the enforcement of the curfew. I'd also take time to acknowledge the concerns of all well-wishers and my honorable colleagues of the 54th Legislature and all officials of government and all of my friends and family members who have called and or sent messages of encouragement and consolation following the above mentioned incident. To all Liberians in and out of country, it is my fervent prayer that we must never see violence as a means to draw attention or settle our disagreements, even if we are hurt, but should always find recourse to the law as our path to settle our differences. May God bless us all and save our country. Dr. Buford Chambers, Speaker, House of Representatives. Okay, so that's a statement from the office of the Speaker. With respect to what went on in Maryland, that statement contains, he said, his property. He's talking about arson. That means they burned his house. Let me see here. Let me show you the house. The Speaker house was set ablaze in Maryland. This is the house right here. It was set ablaze. And that statement also, the Speaker pointed out that the killing of that young man, Yuma, it has ritualistic undertone to it. And he condemned such practice in our country, especially in the 21st century. So that's the Speaker's house there and other properties destroyed in Maryland County. All right, let's look at the statement, the curfew, the statement from the President himself in Maryland County. What is going on over there? Let's see President Weah's statement quickly. Let me get to that. Let's see. I got it right here. President Weah's statement. Okay, so the President's statement reads thus. It was published the 31st, which was yesterday. Statement by His Excellency Dr. George Manan Weah, President of the Republic of Liberia, regarding the civil commotion and violence in Maryland County. March 31st, 2021, my fellow citizens, the President is now talking to us. I am concerned about the recent developments in Maryland County. I've been informed of the gruesome killing of a young man in Harper City, Maryland County recently. Although a suspect was apprehended by the police and incarcerated pending subsequent investigation in accordance with due process of law, we are seeing residents of Harper City, as well as Plebo City, take to the streets to protest the killing. Some of them have engaged in wanton acts of destruction against private property and public facilities, including the burning down of police stations and other government buildings. I would like to assure the people of Maryland County that this killing has claimed the urgent attention of the government and will be thoroughly, promptly, and fully investigated. The perpetrators will face the full weight of the law. Meanwhile, I admonish the residents of Maryland County not to take the law into their own hands, but to remain calm, peaceful, and law-abiding, so that the criminal justice system can take its course. Any grievances should and must be channeled through the legal process, as government will not condone lawlessness and violence at any time and from anyone. In order to keep the peace and to ensure that law and order prevails, a curfew is hereby imposed throughout Maryland County from tomorrow, April 1st, 2021, from 6 p.m. until 6 a.m. until otherwise ordered. This curfew will be strictly enforced by the police, who will be supported by the Joint Security Forces. All residents of Maryland County are advised to take heed and govern themselves accordingly. I thank you. May God bless Liberia. So that's a statement from the President of the Republic of Liberia with the curfew being imposed in Maryland County to quell the destruction going on, the violence going on that led to the death of a young man. So that's the development for Maryland County. Hopefully that situation will be put under control. The president was clear. The perpetrator has been alleged. Perpetrator has been apprehended. He is now in custody, and that justice will be done. And so, keep the citizens of Liberia everywhere you find yourself, that handle issues civilly. The destruction of properties should not be part of our activities. And we witnessed the destruction of the country for 14 years, and that did not do anything to improve the lives of our people. And so we shouldn't go into such practice again when we are trying to redevelop the country after 14 years of a macabre war. All right, so we're looking up to the president to make sure that order will be restored in Maryland County for all citizens and to be protected. It's difficult. The speaker house or property was burned, the police station, and all of that. That's not good for our country and our county. All right, so that's the development from the southeastern region, Maryland County, the development there. I just wanted to share with you what the leaders of the country are doing and what they are saying. All right, before we go to the next thing here, let me give you a quick commercial here, and I will be right back to continue with the show. The last talking points on the agenda here.
T-Bone Studio. T-Bone Studio.
Voila, beast. Bring your heat to the street, yeah. Young fella entertainment, T-Bone. Yeah, as we proceed to give you what you need. Yeah, what? That's so fresh, and you know we so blessed. I see that different minute you can find in the wall. The wet man, black man, I be raw man. I see that different minute living in the whole play by. Wet man, black man, I be raw man. Everybody wet man. Wet man, I let that man. He living with his stand, he couldn't understand. Black man, he not too bad, he can try. But that's some big moves on the bar. Black man, it go hell about me. There's no more that man I had to understand. Who are you? Hey, I am a wet man. Who are you? Hey, I am a black man. Who are you? Hey, I want to know about the wet man. Listen, let me tell you. Listen, Women respectful, good and intelligent. That God give from a parent to a offspring. Good citizen, clean, jelly heaven sent. Pony good children in a civilized environment. Women got love for a fellow man. Got love for a country and a president. Women not care about your tribe or religion. Separation, women hate discrimination. Women I know saying okay. Women, he always money his own business. Women I'm pressing and forcing. Respect the law and obey what the book say. Women got law for human right. Child right, women right, and all the other right. And I talk, he say women are bad. He can only do bad to people who want to do bad. Women hate to see people suffer around the world. Women, that number one giver. Ever to you when I was web man, me say I sing it today. You think I sing money? Say that 3 different men that you can find in the world. Web man, bad man, that be real man. I say that 3 different men living in the whole play by. Web man, bad man, that be real man. Who are you? I am a wet man. Who are you? Black man, baby. Black man. Who are you?
What you mean by who are you? You just see my face? You not know like you are man.
The typical black man get respect for his culture. When you see him.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. 3 different men in the world: black man, white man, and Liberian man. All right, so right now we're going to be talking about Liberian man, and that Liberian man is the representative of Electoral District Number 2, Grand Jeddah County, Dr. George E.S. Boley. Reaction to his colleague, even though he says not SEBO is not his colleague. So we're going to be talking about the reaction of Representative George Boley in reaction to what Dixon SEBO said to him. We want to look at the lawmaker's statement here quickly. But before we do that, I just wanted to, I forgot a quick video that I wanted to show you. With respect to the USA, let me just play the quick video. I want to make a remark on it. It's short, bro. All right, that's the reason I played that video. Is our national coordinator, Mr. Christopher Wally, is the one that doing the video work. So I'll play that one more time. Maybe you didn't see it. I just wanted to show you something quickly here. All right, wonderful. So the reason I'm playing that video is economists, they give us something called divisional labor. And divisional labor, what basically that is when people are working somewhere, each person has his or her role to play. And so when you look at a video, Christopher Wally is the national coordinator of the United Sapphire Association in Americas. But if you follow the video, he is the photographer. He is the videographer, if you want to put it that way. Meanwhile, the national publicity chairman, Mr. Robert Tuba, is also on that very trip. He's part of the delegation. But his work has been done by Christopher Wally. And Mr. Robert Tuba and the president, they are holding hands like, Martin Luther King Jr. and when doing their match, and they're holding hands and walking, So I'm pointing this out to tell us that the United Sapphire Association, we have people in certain positions that are not up to the task, that do not have the requisite skills to perform the jobs that they were given. And that is why our union is going south. All right. So Christopher Wally now is the national publicity chairman. He's doing the videos, and at the same time, even though he did not do his work, he did not coordinate with the people in Liberia for the president trip, and that is why when they got to Dwazon, the people did not give them good reception. A lady called Madam Carter had to host them and stuff like that, you know. And the president actually mentioned that in his speech. They are not angry. It's because Christopher Waller did not do his job as a coordinator. He did not coordinate with the people when they were going to Liberia, but instead now he's the photographer. He's doing the job of Mr. Robert Tuba. All right. So you have the guys, they're all over the place. They don't know their job functions. Okay. They don't know what to do. You know, so they are doing, it's all about breaking morale and going there and dancing, and that's it. You got to do, you were given a specific job. If per the Constitution, the guys don't read the document. If you read the Constitution, the job description of everybody is delineated in there. It's clear. All right, now let's get to the representative of electoral district number 2, Grand Gedeh County, Dr. George Boley, reaction to Representative Dixon SEBO of, I think, electoral district 16, Mansurata County. All right, let's get to the first video of Dr. Boley here responding to Dixon SEBO. Let's see, just in case, I just want to, I'm a visual man, so I like to show you some images and stuff like that. So let's see, I want to show you this image quickly. Where is my image? Somewhere around here. Where is my image? I got it somewhere. All right, guys, I think apparently I forgot it. All right, let's get to the video itself. I thought I got the 2 people pictures here earlier. Let's get to Dr. Boley's speech here quickly. The first one here, let's see.
SEBO of District 16, Mansurata County, rudely disturbed the session, screaming at the pitch of his voice, "This man killed my family members," directing his comments at me. This blunt lie and reckless allegation by Representative SEBO was amplified by the front page news organization. I have been a victim of similar lies, and those culpable of these criminal acts, including Representative Dixon SEBO, are walking around peddling more lies. Today, I wish to speak to Representative SEBO's allegation and tantrum of Thursday, March 25, 2021. I am stating categorically that Representative Dixon SEBO is a pathological liar with possible mental disorder. There is not an iota of truth to this accusation by Representative SEBO. 3 years ago, Representative SEBO made similar statements and claims. I ignored him then. To date, Representative SEBO has not produced a scintilla of evidence regarding this wild allegation. Instead, Representative SEBO continues to live in a state of illusion, peddling and thriving on gossips, innuendos, hearsay, and outright lies. Representative SEBO claims his family members were killed in SINOE. I was never in SINOE throughout the entire war years. I was never in neutral town Monrovia. Did not kill anybody in Liberia during the war, and I did not kill any family member of Representative SEBO, nor did I order or direct anyone to kill any member of Representative SEBO's family. Representative Dixon SEBO must present evidence of these allegations. The allegations he made, or shut up and start spreading lies and fanning flames of unnecessary hatred of others in Liberia. Look, we had a tragic conflict. I also know and understand that many of our citizens at home and abroad do not know what happened here, and they have not taken the time or shown the willingness to take time to find out what actually happens in Liberia. There are those of us, many of us, who do not know or have the capacity to find out what actually happened in Liberia regarding the Liberian War. Its genesis, consequences, intended or unintended. They are affected and conflicted by this tragic war in Liberia. Some, including Representative Dixon Sibo, as a consequence of the Liberia war, may be suffering from the effects of what is termed transgenerational traumatic stress disorder. I repeat, transgenerational traumatic stress disorder. Simply put, these people who actually never witnessed the things they claim happened, these are the type of people who spread lies, rumors, innuendos, and live in illusion. They internalize the lies and fabricated stories and are actually affected mentally and physically. Representative Dixon Sibo is suffering, in my honest opinion, from transgenerational traumatic stress disorder. Representative Sibo is a fellow of lies, imagining things that never happened, talking about events he did not witness firsthand. Members of the press, many of you know the lies and stories made up by many Liberians who sought political asylum in the United States. You remember that? Resettlement in America and Europe. People made up all kinds of stories. Practically every woman claimed she was gang raped. People who were not family members, total strangers, made up heart-wrenching stories of mistreatment and physical abuse by some tribe or group. Some people even reduced their chronological age, changed their dates of birth to become dependents, children of families granted asylum in the United States and other parts of the world. Notorious criminals entered the United States on the strength of these fabricated lies and applying their trade in criminality in the United States and other parts of the world. Regrettably, lying, dishonesty, and criminality has become the norm for this generation of Liberians. Equally, I'm not unmindful that many people in Liberia, including some of you in the press, carry grudges, hatred for certain individuals to the point that professionalism, ethics, and integrity in your respective careers no longer matter. Some of you are paid agents of powerful organizations and
All right, that's the first part. Let's listen to the last part here quickly.
you ignorance and wretched in perpetuity. In this condition, it is easy to readily use you against yourselves. Representative Sibo's uninformed, unfounded allegation is sheer bigotry and cowardice compounded by mental degeneration. Representative Dixon Sibo's behavior last Thursday in the chambers of the House of Representatives was an embarrassment and a testimonial of his mental health. Ladies and gentlemen, where was Representative Sibo during the war? Where is his evidence that I killed members of his family? Members of the press, today, in this public manner, I'm calling on Representative Dixon Sibo. I challenge him to produce the evidence, which is his reliance for the irresponsible and reckless slur of my character. He can bring me to court now, today, and be restored to sanity. Short of this, Representative Dixon Sibo would do well to shut his mouth and stop fanning the flames of hatred and animosity in Nigeria. Thank you. One question?
Yeah, question.
What question?
My name is James Caramo. I come from the ADR Communications Incorporated. These allegations that they are very grave allegations, especially so coming from a sitting lawmaker who happens to be your
I told it.
Are you in any way contemplating on seeking redress?
Of course. I'm seeking redress. First of all, Dixon Wulabi Sigo is now my colleague. He happens to be elected someplace where I am. He's nothing equal to me anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world. Okay? But this is where we find ourselves in Liberia. Okay? That's it. I will seek redress. Let Dixon Sigo come with the evidence. Otherwise, he will have himself to blame. Isn't that what I said in session? Okay. And anyone who thinks the way he thinks, bring the evidence. Or you bear the consequence. And that's not a threat. Okay? I've been through this before. Anyway, from this, remember I came home. People wrote all kinds of things about me. Your witness here. But, you know, sometimes when you're an elderly man, people say you should know better, but you young people should know better. Okay? You wrote all kinds of things for me. And I know some of you newspapers carry grudges from years back. Okay? So we don't want to go into that. But this country is for all of us.
My name is Gerald, coordinating director for Frontage Africa newspaper. Regarding Honorable Sibo's allegation, you just mentioned that you didn't do what he said you did, and you were in SINOE County, and you are on record for forming the group, the Liberia Peace Council, one of the deadliest rebel groups during the Civil War, according to the TRC and other reports. And you operated in the Southeastern region, including SINOE. What can you say? Were you a group not in SINOE County?
First of all, I was the leader of LPC. Okay? TRC report is no evidence. TRC report is rubbish. Absolute rubbish. Quote me. The TRC report you quote me around here is absolute rubbish. That's what I have to say. I came to talk about SEBO. If you want to know that, go and read the TRC report. Read the TRC report. I mentioned that some of you are paid agents by foreigners to self-destruct. I know what I'm talking about.
Do you regret your action or any action during the Civil War?
I regret nothing during the Civil War. If I hadn't been alive and done what I did during the Civil War, someone like you and someone like Dixie would not be around today to say they represented in this country. I regret nothing.
Are you willing to face any tribunal, including the War Crimes Court? If it is established to defend yourself?
If it is established, you bring in one. I just told you, let Dixie go take into court. And he said I killed his family people. Why you want to wait for trials? Or why you want to wait for something other than that? Is that evidence of what I said? Bring me to court now. You wouldn't for war crimes court? Is that what you want to talk about? I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to address an issue. I've told you repeatedly. The war crimes court can come any day. I'm here. In fact, the sooner it comes, the better for all of us. So people like you will know what happened, because I just said many of you don't know what happened in this country. You need to learn.
The process starts at the legislature. Are you willing to, will you support it? The bill establishing the court?
I'm not here to talk about the court. When the court comes, it will be here. I'm not here to talk. First of all, in fact, let me just say one last thing. You see how cheap we are as a country? We are a disgrace. Okay?
How?
You want a war crimes, you want a court to come to do something for you. You expect foreigners to pay for it? The same way we got foreigners to pay for the TRC, the report that you're now quoting. You know how TRC report got done? Well, some people, let's bring our own war crimes court. You want one, pay for it. You want to wait for one, the other people, other tax will pay for the foreign country? What are you, a beggar?
May say there's no money.
No money? What? Find money. When other people pay for what you ask for, they treat you the way you deserve to be treated. That's why you got something called TRC report that you quoting today that's going to lead you to where you may not want to go. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so that's Representative Dr. George Boley of Grand GEDEH County responding or reacting to his colleague, even though he says this in SEBO is not his colleague. They are not on the same level anywhere around the world. All right, so I like to deal with that statement or the interaction, the rebuttal of Dr. Boley to his fellow lawmaker. All right, so we're going to analyze the lawmaker's speech, and that's what Voice of SINOE is for. I'm not just here to play the guys, and but I got to give my opinion on what I hear from what the lawmaker said. Okay, so if you were listening, like I did, I took note. And first of all, the statement was a strong statement. Very got some tough words in there from the lawmaker. You can tell that he was quite angry. The body language, the questions that the journalists were asking him, some of the questions were not answered directly. I mean, sometimes he went against the journalists and said, I mean, he was calling a lot of names and stuff like that. Yeah, but I just want to go into the details of the statement from the lawmaker. All right. So the first thing the lawmaker said, he said was a blunt lie. Okay, whatever DIXION SEBO said about him, it was a blunt lie. It's not true. Okay, that's what something he said. This blunt lie by DIXION SEBO and amplified by Front Page Africa. Okay, that's something he said. All right, so the lawmaker is telling you what he clearly said is a blunt lie. And it was amplified by Front Page Africa. But I don't know why, I mean, what exactly I read the article and the guys basically repeated, I mean, what the lawmaker did, and they cited the TRC report and stuff like that. So I think the job of a newspaper is to report information. And so I see nothing wrong that Front Page Africa did. They were doing their job as a news agency to report information to people, and so they carry that story. The lawmaker said he was a victim of similar lies in the past. Okay, he was a victim of those lies. DIXION SEBO made similar allegation against him. He ignored that. That's what the lawmaker said. I don't know, maybe this is the second time, and that's why he's furious and came public to give a reaction to Representative SEBO lies. He's using basically a tantrum. The man pulled a tantrum, and I watched that very section. They were talking about Representative Yeke Kaluba action, consistently insulting President Weah, and they needed to do something about it. And that's when he was speaking. Dr. Boley was speaking, and Representative DIXION SEBO went off. And said the lawmaker killed his family members. Okay, so Representative Judge Boley went further. He said, Representative SEBO is a pathological liar with possible mental disorder. All right, so basically, we have a lawmaker in our Congress in Liberia who has mental disorder, according to Dr. Judge Boley. All right. I don't know by what means he discovered the mental state of his colleague. Whether he did he did medical analysis, as he's saying the medical report, or he just saying the words out of anger. And so that's an issue there for me. You cannot say somebody. He said that his colleague, Mr. DIXION SEBO, accusing without a scintilla of evidence to support what he was saying or what he said, but then him too is countering without evidence. He says his colleague has he's a pathological liar and with possible mental disorder. Those are strong words. I mean, I understand the man says something, but you said the man did not produce evidence. Where is your evidence, sir? You got to also give us evidence of what you are saying. All right, so Dr. Boley went further and said there was no iota. That's something he said. There was no iota of evidence. But then he said DIXION SEBO has mental disorder without an iota also to support what he said. He said 3 years ago, SEBO made similar allegations against him. I said he ignored that. SEBO did not provide evidence, which himself he refused to do to support what he was also saying about SEBO. So basically it's just recrimination going on. The other person will accuse the other person come out with their own the personal charges or charge against the other person. So he says SEBO claimed his family members were killed in SINOE And Dr. Bodie, he was in Sino County, which I think that was a fair comeback, you know. If he wasn't in Sino, how did he kill SEBO's family? All right, that's why I expected the lawmaker to have done to deal with the substantive. Why he said, okay, if he was in Sino, how did he kill his family? And this SEBO family, they were in Sino during the war. And Judge Bodie, he said, I was in Sino. So how did I kill your family members? And he said, I did not kill anyone during the war in Liberia. And that's what Dr. Bodie said. All right. I don't want to indict the lawmaker, but in the Q&A with the journalists, the guy asking, you were the head of Liberia Peace Council, and he said, yes, I was. All right, I was a leader. So now, if you are the leader of a group, this is not a peaceful group. This is a rebel group. And so those rebels, they kill people. And you say they're not. So if those guys are honoring your command, it's like George Bush, for example, when he was in power in the war in Iran, or in Iraq, when they launched the war against Saddam Hussein, right? Saddam. President George Bush was the commander-in-chief of the United States military. And so whatever went on in Iraq at the time, the president is in charge of that. He's going to take responsibility for that. So since Dr. Bodie agreed that the LPC, he was the commander, he was in charge of that group, then it also follows that whatever the group did, he has to take responsibility. Because in military science, they say whatever the unit does, the commander takes the responsibility. So since Dr. Bodie agreed that LPC was under his control, then the actions, he got to take responsibility for those guys' action. Now, I want to make a slight distinction here. George Boley and Prince Johnson, Charles Taylor, comparatively, if you look at them on the level of education, Dr. Boley, just the word doctor tells you that he is far educated than those other guys. Okay, so I personally thought that his group, because in the 60s, you know, when Dr. King and the likes of Ralph Abernathy and those guys, Jesse Johnson and the other guys, when they led the civil rights revolution march in the U.S., they hold on, let me see this. Hold on, I'll call that person back. Those guys, they trained those people that were within. I mean, I got this book here where the guys actually have forms. They got forms that people got to fill out before you get in a match. The guys will do workshop. They will educate you. You can't do this. You can't do that. You can't do this. So given the sophistication of Dr. Bodie, I expected him to have educated his group so that they would be distinguished from the other groups. But that did not happen. And so the guys, when, I mean, depending on how you look at the various factions in the country, Dr. Boley group came in as a result of what Charles Taylor and his group were doing to the people, especially the crime, the SAPO. And so George Boley, being a SAPO man or a crime man, he said, no, the first law of survival is self-preservation. You have the right to survive, just as the next man, on the other hand, has the right to survive. So against that background, he said, no, I cannot sit by for Charles Taylor and his boys or girls to murder my people. And therefore, I got to do something to defend them. And that's how LPC was founded. Because they were literally decapitating and killing innocent people who had nothing to do with the war. And so to understand, if you look at the formation of LPC, headed by Dr. Boley, it was judicial. It makes sense. You got to defend your people. Prince Johnson on the other side, he formed a group to defend his people. Okay? And so you have the different. So these guys, you can just look at, it's a whole iceberg. If you just look at a little piece and just and judge them, you will not be doing justice. It's true. Dr. Boley said in that comment, I ain't not bad for some of us, some of you will not be around here. Then that is true. Because Charles Taylor and boys, they were on the rampage in that country and killing people. They were killing people. And those people were forced, Dr. Boley, and say, you know what, we got to tell our people. When they get a machete, they get a single barrel, they pull it together and defend themselves. Because this guy is coming, doing witch hunt and killing other people. And so I sympathize with Dixon SEBO for his family to be killed. But if we kind of try to cherry pick, because a lot of us were victimized in that country. A lot of us. Like me, for example, with three from my same mother, 3 brothers. I'm the only person. My other brothers, my siblings were killed. All right? So, this is SEBO cannot just isolate. We were told that, I think he loving to Prince Johnson, cousin or somebody. Prince Johnson, who also killed a lot of people in the country, including the president of the country. But this is SEBO was okay. He finds that okay to go out with that man, family member, because he wanted to be safe. Prince Johnson to protect him. Meanwhile, Prince Johnson is a murderer. All right. So this is a whole puzzle. Do we need a TRC report? Yes, I support that. Because if the TRC report is not implemented, people will keep committing crimes and they will feel that no justice will be done, you know. So we have to set a precedent to tell people now and in the future that, you know what, if you go against the law, if you kill innocent people, that is not okay. The law will take its course, you know. But as it is right now, if we do not implement the TRC report, people will be that it's okay to murder innocent people and go with impunity, you know. So the charge against from Dixon SEBO that the lawmaker, a fellow lawmaker killed a family member, he got to adduce evidence. Where is the evidence? Because anybody can just come out, it's true. Anybody can say, oh, you were the leader, therefore the people that die in that area is your fault. Why you think that way? It could be, I mean, people have personal issues and then they use other situations to channel that stuff, to enforce whatever maybe animosity they have against somebody. You know, so maybe we don't know the detail for sure, but this is SEBO family. We, like all of us or many of us over there, we're also victimized by the war. And so as a lawmaker, if you think this man did something wrong against you, why can't you sponsor a bill? And you're acting childish. The session is on, and Dixon SEBO is going off in the chambers and telling you, oh, the man killed my family. But you're a lawmaker. Have you sponsored a bill to bring these people to justice? Or you just want to be there, like Dr. Boley said, to throw tantrums? Yeah, you're tendering. You're just there and like a baby. And you're a lawmaker. You have the power to sponsor a bill. But Dixon SEBO then, during Ellen Justice Early time, they were for the TRC report to be implemented. But Dixon SEBO then came to power. Now they changed. They don't want it. But then he will go on the House floor in the chamber and accusing people without evidence. You need the evidence. And I saw my son or brother the other day amplifying that. Oh, Judge Boley killed. I mean, you know how many people that the other people kill as well? If you want to make that argument, so you have to have compelling evidence against somebody before you can come public to say those things. So, but let's go to the specifics of Dr. Boley's statement and reply. So he told Dixon SEBO to shut up if he doesn't have evidence to support what he said. He's pretty much spreading lies and those things. And it looks like it because Dixon SEBO did not get evidence. He said many of our citizens home and abroad did not know what happened in the country. We want to know, sir, but I think some people know, though. Some people, they follow, I mean, the war in the country. But we don't know. I think we listened to Dr. Boley. He had the TRC hearing, and we listened to him. They gave us what happened in the country. And so what else, when you say people don't know, when you came probably you were one of the guys that participated along with Prince Johnson and the other guys, and you give us what happened. So we already know what happened in the country. The war, we know what happened during the war. Many Liberians do not know the genesis of the war in Liberia and the consequences and unintended or intended consequences and all those things he said. But we saw the consequences of the world of over 250,000 people were killed. And that's the consequence. A lot of properties were destroyed in the country. Children were maimed. Some children were made into child soldiers and those things. Those are the consequences of the war. We look at the country were practically destroyed. So we saw the consequences of the war. And also we can't say that we don't know it. We saw it. And people are living without. Some of the children that participated, they are now called Zokos in the country. Okay? The lawmaker also went. He said the effect of he's talking about transgenerational traumatic stress disorder. Okay, Dixon SEBO is grappling with that. And what that basically means is when you say transgenerational or intergenerational, is something, an occurrence, okay, is a psychological term which asserts that trauma can be transferred in between generations. Okay, that's why you talk transgenerational traumatic stress disorder and stuff like that. But the thing is, when you say transgenerational, right? The trauma is something. It's a terrible event, something that happens in the life of somebody. So when you say it's transgenerational, that means it came from one generation and it's going to another, from generation to another generation. So which generation does this thing start from? It started from the generation of Dr. Boley. All right? And Charles Siller and the likes of Prince Johnson. And you can go on and on. So this transgenerational traumatic stress disorder, you guys are the genesis of it. And so you cannot say, oh, it's going from generation. You started it. You initiated it. So how can we stop this? Say you started it, what mechanisms, what strategy do you have for this transgenerational traumatic stress disorder to be curtailed, so they can be going on and on in perpetuity, like the word the doctor used in his speech? How do we stop that? Okay, so they use the big words. And the lawmaker also, he said, Dixon SEBO is suffering. I showed you that already, and he went on to say Dixon SEBO talk about things he did not witness firsthand, which is true. Even though some part of it, I shouldn't say it's true. Dixon SEBO, I don't know how old he is, but I think he witnessed some of what went on in the country. You know, maybe you were talking about specifically his family members, but I don't know what Dixon SEBO was at the time when his family were killed. You know, he said people made up. Let me see the call coming in here. All right, so the Dr. Boley said Dixon SEBO, okay, went on to say people made up all kinds of stories to travel to the United States, Europe, and other countries. Okay, that's what Dr. Boley also saying in her speech. Okay, my thing, the thing that is disturbing about some of these things the doctor said, he said Dixon SEBO is making allegations against you without an iota, without a modicum, without an atom of evidence to support what he said. But then you are seeing people made up stories and to travel to the U.S. and all to die. And where is your evidence as well to substantiate what you are saying? Women claimed they were gang raped, made up stories of being mistreated by other tribes. And so Dr. Boley, I mean, his speech was a little bit erratic. I mean, the man was jumping here and there. Okay, women were raped. Even if you read this TRC report myself, I know my cousin who was raped during the war. So if you go as far as denying that women were not raped, he said women claimed. Yes, women were raped during the war. It's a fact. So when he said women claimed that they were gang raped, made up stories of being mistreated by other. So I don't know how the men jump from responding to Dixon SEBO going and saying women are lying or they claim to be raped, which some of those stories they are true. Some may not, but some are true. So you can just say women. Maybe how he qualified the statement and says some women, but when you say women claim, so then you are generalizing. That about was generalizing. You should, bracket his remarks, but he was saying women claim. Yeah, women were raped during the war. That we can deny. Dr. Bode also went on and said some people reduce their chronological age and they are applying their trade or criminality, in the US and other places around the world. So where is the evidence as well, sir? If you said Dixon SEBO is about, now you are talking about other people that are coming, how people reduce their age and those things. How is it applicable to what this man said about SEBO? Regrettably, lying, he went on to say, regrettably, lying, dishonesty, and criminality has become the norm for this generation of Liberians. So now Dr. Bode has left Dixon SEBO, and yet he kind of categorizing a whole generation. Okay? So it was said the whole generation that accused you of killing somebody or their family member or somebody in the generation that said that. So now why would Dr. Boley now saying the whole generation, they are dishonored, they are a bunch of liars, they dishonor, they are criminals, and so how, I'm kind of shocked how he jumped from Dixon SEBO and now attacking a whole generation. Now, but if you said the whole generation, they're dishonest, and you also said transgenerational traumatic stress disorder, it did not that stress that the generation going through, the traumatic stress disorder that going from generation to generation, it started from your generation. And so you have to do something for that to be curtailed. So because if you say these people are dishonored, they are lying, and maybe that you already diagnosed them that they have issue. They have this traumatic stress, this other terrible event that happened in their life. And that's why they are lying, they are being dishonored. So we have to address the genesis, what is causing the problem. You told us the problem already. Dr. Bode went further, he said, many people in Liberia, including some of you are going to the journalists as well, in the press, carry hatred and grudges for certain individuals to the point where professionalism, ethics in your respected career no longer matter. So now, it's to the person now, it's a philosophy called harmony. To the person, the men were actually attacking those journalists now, instead of directly addressing the questions of those journalists or reacting to what Dixon SEBO said. He started including the press and they have grudges and all those stuff. But what is the doctor doing? Why is he all over the place? Is he so that angry to the point where he cannot get his thought to be cohesive and coherent? He just have to jump all over the place, attack women, attack entire generation, attack the press. I was kind of a little bit like, okay, what's going on? So he went on to say, some of you are pay agents, okay? All the journalists were doing was asking questions. But then now he attacking them. They are pay agents, but sir, where is your evidence too? You are accusing SEBO of not having a modicum, centillion, a quantum of evidence to substantiate what he's saying against you. So where is the Dr. Bode's evidence well to say that people are pay agents? So I was kind of a little bit, and he said some of you are pay agents of powerful foreign organizations, and agents bent on keeping you ignorant and wretched in perpetuity. Kind of big words, they pour all those stuff and just insulting people. I think Dr. Boley, given your level of sophistication, You got to deal with issue. I mean, like, be pointed. Don't be all over the place. Don't be erratic. Then you undermine the vitality or the vitality of your speech, because you are just all over the place and attacking everybody and calling people ignorant, they are wretched. I mean, all those things. They are pay agent, foreign interest, organization, but then no backing for what he is also saying. Representative SEBO has mental degeneration. Okay, so you diagnose the man of having mental degeneration. Why are you wasting your energy? The man is not normal. So you are responding to an abnormal man, somebody who is not normal. So that's a normal man that the body was replying to. SEBO's behavior in chamber last Thursday is testimonial of his mental health. He still went ahead and say all those things. So somebody who has intellectual disability, somebody who has mental retardation, is the person that the doctor is wasting your time replying to. Why waste your time? You say, okay, he challenged the man with mental retardation, disabled. I'm not the one that's saying that. It's a doctor that said that when somebody has mental disorder or mental health problem, you are not okay intellectually, or psychologically, you are not normal. So he said he challenged SEBO to produce evidence, which is his reliance that I kill his family. So he challenged the man. Hopefully, Representative SEBO will produce evidence to substantiate that whatever claim he's making against Dr. Boley. He said he can bring me to court now today. All right. He said he challenged the man to bring him to court as well. He said the effect of, okay, I think that's repeating that part of it. So he said bring me to court to restore sanity. Okay, if the man is not normal, so but the man should bring him to court. All right. And then what is striking to me also is the journalist comments, the questions. The journalists are asking the lawmaker specific questions. Okay. And one of the guys said, he said, these are grave allegations and leveled against you by your colleague. Are you going to seek redress? That's what the journalist asking. And he said, first of all, Representative SEBO is not my colleague. Okay? Representative SEBO is not my colleague. Okay. Who here believes that Representative SEBO and Dr. George Boley, they are not legislative colleagues? They are colleagues. Yes. You see, I sometimes wrote a piece, and I call it, it was titled, that piece, I call it, The Arrogance and the Miseducation of the Liberian Intellectual. And I think that's the title I gave that piece. The Ignorance and Miseducation of the Liberian Intellectuals. I see exactly that in the comment of Dr. Boley. First of all, Representative SEBO is not my colleague. He just happens to be elected where I am. What is a colleague, though? I mean, we got different kinds. The gentleman wasn't speaking in the context of academic colleague. He was talking about occupational colleague. You guys work at the same place, so you are colleague. You are representatives. But you see, the arrogance of the Liberian intellectual, we tend to put people down. And that is a problem I have. He is just happening. Okay, he said, elected where I work. SEBO is nothing. He is nothing equal to me anywhere in the world. That's what Dr. Boley said. He's nothing equal to me anywhere around the world. Number one, Dr. Boley, you guys are equal because you are lawmakers. You were elected, both of you were elected by the people. So you are equal on that level. I can also go on. You're equal on so many levels. You got 2 eyes, SEBO got 2 eyes. You got 2 legs, SEBO got 2 legs. You got 2 hands, SEBO got 2 hands. You got 1 mouth, SEBO got 1 mouth. I can go on and on. So you are equal so many ways. And so this level of arrogance by our leaders, they got to stop. I know you are angry. I know this said something he should not have said. But this kind of arrogance that these people exude is mind-numbing. Yeah, we are not homo. We are not equal on any level. We understand you got PhD, but that's not what we are talking about here. We're not talking about PhD. You guys are legislators. You are lawmakers. And so you are equal. On that level, the man and you are on the same level. But people are seeing this thing all over the place. I'm not just bashing Dr. Boley, but these are things I see all the time. People, oh, the other man knows nothing. He doesn't know anything. He's not on my level. But meanwhile, you are not doing anything to change the lives of the people with the education you claim to have or you claim to possess. The knowledge you claim to possess, you are not utilizing it, but all you do is look down on other people. Oh, that man doesn't know anything. That man speaks bad grammar. But you don't speak the proper grammar. What are you doing to alter the condition of the man who doesn't know anything? So I found that statement a little bit, I mean, not a little bit, I listened to it, was reported to me. We are now on the same level anyway. You are too, you eat, decent people eats, you drive car, decent people drive car. You are equal on so many levels, so many ways. You know, so I think we have to, our leaders, and it's part of the arrogance and the miseducation of the Liberian intellectuals that I talked about in my article, in my piece. If you not read that piece, go and look at it. You got a lot of people, the arrogance is horrible in that country. Our leaders, especially those that now they call themselves progressives, they cried, they made all the offensive speeches, they exposed the bad deeds of the so-called American Liberians, the oppression. They spoke against all the ills that those guys perpetrated against the majority, the indigenous people. But then when you go in our country right now, the indigenous people are now in power. But the very thing that they did cry, that they spoke against when the so-called oligarchs were in power in the country, that's the same thing they're doing now. Their own people now, they are relegating them to gay men, to cooks, to janitors. I mean, those kind of mediocre labor. That's why they relegated the people too. You know, when you see some of the people they're talking to, the people that are serving them, I mean, you can see the arrogance. Oh, can't take their pay from here. I mean, like you talk to these people in the 21st century, people are still using washpo, burka. But then you say you and somebody are on the same level, you can't improve that person's level. And so that's what the problem I have with some of our people when they talk. So Dr. Boley went on to say, anyone who thinks the way that SEBO thinks, you bring your evidence or face the consequence. That is not a threat. That's what he said. Whatever SEBO thinks, if you think that, bring your evidence. Otherwise, you will face the consequence. Then he say at the end of the statement, he said that is not a threat. Okay, what is it? If it is not a threat, what is it? Is that a birthday party statement? Is that a wedding anniversary celebration remarks? It's a threat. What is that? You are issuing a threat. So he says it's not a threat. What is it? But he didn't tell what that is. He says it's not a threat. Dr. Boley went on further. He said, when you are an elderly person, people say you should know better. But you young people should know better as well. I agree with that. That I agree with totally. It shouldn't be just the elders. It should not just be the older people that should be that should know better. I think so. I mean, in a relative context, I mean, I'm talking about babies and people on our age, but at certain age, like our age and SEBO and anybody, but maybe the 18 sometimes people still a little young, but once you hit 20s and stuff, I expect you to do better. Even though some people below that age bracket, 18, they can make better decisions than somebody in their 40s, and sometimes it's not always the case. But I agree with that statement. The elders got to know better, and the young people got to know better as well. Lawmaker said, I know some of you newspapers carry grudges from years back. Okay? So he actually was going at the journalists and all of those things. And I mean, I don't know how you reach that conclusion that people carry grudges from years back and and all those things. The people are doing their job. They are journalists. The job of the journalist is to report. Is there something specifically in the story that they reported that was out of order, that is not factual, I mean, you can make that criticism from that level. But if you say, oh, some of you hold grudges and okay, so you don't want the journalist to do his work. So he went on to say, Dr. Boley. So we're talking about Dr. Boley and Dixon SEBO, the scrimmage recently in Parliament. So Representative Boley said, you are on record, and you're talking to the journalist, they're asking you a question. You are on record the journalist was saying that it was a journalist that was saying that's the asking you a question. You are on record for forming the Liberia Peace Council, one of the deadliest rebel groups during the Civil War Civil War, indicated in the TRC report and other documents. And you operated in the southeastern region, including SINOE. What can you say? Was your group not in SINOE? That's the question the journalist asking. Yes, how Dr. Boley responded to that question. I was the leader of LPC. Okay, that's the first thing he said. I was the leader of LPC. TRC report is no evidence. The TRC report is rubbish. Absolute rubbish. Quote me. That is what I have to say. That was Dr. Boley's reaction to that question. Okay, Dixon SEBO accused you of killing his family in SINOE. And this guy asked you a question that your group operating in the southeastern region, and you take responsibility for you say, yeah, you are the leader. I was the leader of LPC. Okay. And then you turn around and say, okay, doesn't people rely on you? You take responsibility already. Okay. So I don't think Dixon SEBO was directly referring to you yourself doing that. In your saying, you are saying that your group, the group that you led, did certain action. And that's what Dixon SEBO was saying. All right. So I think a better response would have been, but when you say you take responsibility, and then you said the TRC report is not evidence. Okay, what is the TRC report if it is not evidence? Some of the major actors, including Dr. Boley himself, they went and appeared before the TRC and they gave their testimony, they gave their side of the story. But what Dr. Boley himself said, he said, it's no evidence. It's rubbish. It's trash. We should not take it. Your own words should not be taken. We shouldn't take Prince Johnson's words for it. All those rebel leaders, all those various people that participated, their testimonies are what make up the TRC final reports, and they make recommendations based on what you guys said. But Dr. Boley said, you know what? It's a rubbish. Whatever I say is a rubbish. Your own words is a rubbish. I want to see what constitutes evidence there from Dr. Boley. I want to see the evidence he has for us. Where is the evidence? I want to see any better evidence than people that acted, that participated in the war, their own words. They got their videos on the internet, and you said that constitutes no evidence. That is not evidence. It's a rubbish. What I said, what all of us, those all that participated in the war, Ellen Johnson said, leading, whatever we said, it's rubbish. That's nonsense. It's not evidence. Why you took your time then to waste your time, go sit down before the people and talk for hours and hours just to go talk rubbish? So Dr. Boley also went on to say, so you say Mukanyi on that, that's a rubbish that was said, and that you went on to say all of that. But I don't believe that. I disagree with you. It's evidence. It's a hardcore evidence. If you participated in something, you confess, you come, you say, yes, I did it, and you say that does not constitute an evidence is rubbish, you just put yourself down. It's your very words. And you say my words are rubbish. He went on to say, if you want to know TRC report, go and read it. And go and read the TRC report. Okay, the guy already read it, and that's why he's quoting it. But he said he will go read it. The honorable man was so angry to the point where he thought his thoughts were not even coherent. He was just angry and just blabbering, and it's a tirade, basically. Whatever you're doing, you're just ranting. And that's why you have to control your emotions. Else you get yourself in entanglement. You know, you entangle yourself further based on your angle. So you got to be thoughtful when you're responding to this thing, be calm. But you know, the doctor didn't do himself justice. I was a leader of LPC. Okay, I read it. He said, if you want to know the TRC report, okay, he said that, and he said, I mentioned some of you are pay agents. He went back to the game for foreigners to self-destruct. I know what I'm talking about. Okay, you know what you're talking about? We don't know, sir. You got to tell what you know. What is the evidence of what you are telling us? And then the lawmaker also went replying to the journalist. The journalist said, do you regret your action or any action during the Civil War? And the lawmaker responded and said, I regret nothing. Dr. Boda said he regretted nothing at all during the war. I regret nothing. If I have not done what I did during the Civil War, some of you would not be around here to say where you to be represented like the like this is SEBO and stuff like that. Something of that nature, he said. You know, I don't know. I don't know what the lawmaker should have said that to say I regret nothing. I have no regret. I mean, you led a group of people. Some of those people, they acted out of order. So maybe you can regret for what some of those reckless action they took. You got those people like the child sailor soldiers that were killing people. If you fought, I mean, how you gone to those guys like child sailor men, and it's war. So when you kill the people, that's fine. But in the process, innocent people were victimized. Women were raped, even though the doctor said women claimed they were raped, you know. But women were raped in the process. Children were victimized. Children were drugged, you know, they were made into child soldier. Those things should, I mean, the doctor should show some sort of remorse. You should regret that at least, you know. But he said, I have no regret. Your action is not totally wrong. Dr. Bole's action during the war is not totally wrong. It has merit. And the merit in his action is to come to the defense of the people. Because again, the first law of survival is self-preservation. His people were being killed. They were being murdered, I should say. And so that action was noble. But in the process, the group you brought, they call it collateral damage. You know, unintended consequences, certain things happen along the way. And those things, at least show some regret. That's my point. So you can't say, I have no regret. That is callous. It's callous. It's heartless. You can say that. You are not a perfect man. Nobody trying to make you a saint. But certain things you have to take responsibility, sir. We are talking about Dr. Bode's reaction to SEBO here. So he went on to say the last comments here before I let you go. He said, I just told you, let Dixon SEBO take me to court. While wait for TRC report. Bring me to court now. The sooner the war crime, the sooner the war crime court comes, the better it is for all of us. So people like you who know what happened in this country. Okay, but then the guys told already what happened in the country vis-a-vis the TRC testimonies and stuff like that. So we know already. Now, Dr. Boley is also a lawmaker. So if he thinks he is innocent, he can sponsor a bill to expedite the process. Oh yeah, that's something he can do. If he's saying you are saying this is SEBO does not have the gut to sponsor a bill to say, you know, I say you say you killed my family member, I can't sponsor a bill to bring you to justice. Like Dr. Boley saying, Dr. Boley himself says that he's innocent, he can also sponsor a bill and lobby for that law to pass into law, for that bill to pass into law. That's something that the Boley can do. Since SEBO doesn't want to do it, but he wants to make just allegations against people. How is it that two of you are in the building of law? You have the power already to sponsor a bill that will establish war and economic crimes code in the country, but you don't want to do it, but you're accusing each other. You are accusing each other. Oh, this is SEBO is this, and this is people come on the side and say, oh, that job board is this. Okay, to put an end to all of this, two of you, maybe you're collaborating, the other person accused you, and you say you are innocent, and you are counter-arguing, you all go together, work together as a team, and sponsor a bill. So we can establish a TRC or war crime code in the country. If you are free, we celebrate you. If you are declared guilty, you go to jail. But the guys don't want to do it. They are bickering. The two of them, they're acting the children on the playground, you know. Oh, that you. I call it recrimination. You'll be here too. You're criminal, you're criminal too, you know. And that's what's going on over there. But Dr. Boda said he's sophisticated. SEBO is not on his level. So let Dr. Boda do the sophisticated thing to bring an end to this thing and just put the bill on the floor. If the people don't vote for it, at least you are taking the step, you know. I made effort to bring this to fruition, and you guys rejected it. That would be your argument then. But if you're not doing that, it's somebody lying on you and it just, I don't know, just joke around. So, and when then the general asked me, will you support a bill to establish war crimes court? Here is the answer of Dr. Boda. I'm not here to talk about the court. When the court comes, we will be here. But that's not the answer to the question. Will you support a bill to establish war crimes court in Liberia? That's the question. I don't know or yes. But you say, I'm not here to talk about the court. You are not here to talk about the court, but you have been talking about many things. You say women were not raped, they claim they were raped. People, they have transgeneration, the whole generation, they have traumatic stress disorder and those things. You said different things. But when it comes to commenting on the TRC report, even though you say you are innocent, and the man say, will you support the bill to establish war crimes court in Liberia? That Boda say, I am not here to talk about the court. Okay, but you are innocent. And this is something I will support easily. He said, when the court comes, we will be here. And then he went on to say, then Dr. Boda came here. Dr. Boda is talking now. You see how cheap we are as a country? Okay. I was like, okay, why are you talking about the whole country now? You see how cheap we are as a country? We are a disgrace. You want war crimes court to come and you want foreigners to pay for it? What is wrong with that if you're economically constrained? You don't have the economic power. If the foreigners want to help you, what is wrong with that? So is that a disgrace? If you want justice in your country, you don't have the power, let a foreigner come to you and help you. Anyone want to say? Let me tell you, the same way we got foreigners to pay for the TRC report that you are now quoting, you know how the TRC report got done? You are sick people. Okay, Dr. Boda talking. You are sick people. Let's establish our own war crime court. You want one, pay for it. You want one other, or you want one other foreign taxpayer will pay for. What are you, a beggar? I mean, so the lawmaker are just all over the place. He said we should establish. You want a war crime? He said we in the context I understand is Liberian people. So if you say we should establish our own, and you are a lawmaker, you have the power to push a bill. Why don't you do it? But you say you guys are joking, you are backwards. I listened to the lawmaker. I was disappointed. He did not handle that press conference or the questions correctly. And the journalist said no money, and he said find money. Go find money. But the last time I checked, if you look at the responsibilities of the three branches of government, the lawmakers are the ones that can appropriate fundings. Okay, so Dr. Boda is a lawmaker, and he said no. The journalist said no money, and he tell the journalist go find money. No, you are the lawmaker. You can find money in the budget. when you are doing your budgetary appropriations, you can make appropriation for the establishment of work, and you can put something aside. You guys can find the money. You the lawmakers. It's not the journalists. The journalist's job is to ask you questions, to write stories, to write what is going on. And that's what the journalist is. It's not where to find money. It's you, the lawmaker, you can appropriate. I was listening to Darius DeLon the other day, and he gave a good analogy. He said, like you cook the food. So the lawmakers are the one that cook the food. When they finish cooking it, they pour the food in the plates. Then the executive job now is to go and distribute the food among the people. You know, so you are the lawmakers. You are doing the budgetary appropriation. You can say, okay, $50 goes here, 30,000 goes here, whatever. You guys can do that. So make some appropriation. Make some budgetary appropriation for war crimes code. Say you say no money, you can. That's something that is in your scope. It's not a journalist. All right, so that's the speech of Dr. Boyd. I just wanted to analyze a little bit and give you. So these guys, they got to. I know these things they are emotional, but when you're addressing stuff like this, it does not require emotions, because if you put emotions in it, you screw everything up for yourself. You know, because emotions are if you are sentimental, you don't think properly. You know, because the adrenaline and everything, your system is going off. You know, so I mean, you just say erratic stuff, and that's not what we expect from our leaders. You know, our leaders gotta be level-headed people. People will go under your skin, but you got to relax, reflect. If you say this is SEBO is mentally retarded, why waste your time to come and give me a report? Why reply to him? The man has mental disability. So why are you wasting your time? But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say thank you for joining me. All for the day. Let me recognize the people that are following, and then we'll play this music yet. And then we'll call it a day. So, Madam Francis Clamais, thanks for staying with me or coming back. Aloysius Queer, thanks for coming back. Sonin Towe. All right, hopefully I call that name right. Milton Shibwe, how you doing, buddy? Congratulations on your project, man. Great job over there. Mr. Botujawi and others. Tamani, thank you for your comments. Dr. Boley is not a rebel. He came in to stop the rebel activities. Okay. Okay, so it's not a counter-revolution, Mr. Jadia. It's a counter-revolution. And so you cannot say he's not a rebel. Who is a rebel, by the way? A rebel is anybody who rebels against something. Okay? So Dr. Boley came, he rebelled against Taylor and his group and other people that were killing the people. So he also a rebel. So the only people that are not rebels in Liberia, the AFL, that's the national army of the country. So all the various groups, they are all rebels. Yeah, so I beg to differ, sir. Let's see here. Okay, so those are the comments. Mr. Jada, thanks for your contribution. Uncle Azza, thanks for your comment. And all those are listening to me, I want to say thank you so much for following, and we're going to call it a day. Yeah, I'm on blame. We'll go back home. You know what I'm saying? We are family. We are not here to fight. You know, we're not here for commotion. My brother Melson making flour. We're not here to make flour. Yeah, we are dateable, we are dateable, we are family, you know. We are in exile, so we shouldn't fight. All right. We call us the United Southport Association in the Americas. They call us Liberians in the diaspora. Whatever category you want to put, we are still one family. And let us not. We can have our disagreements, but let us still remain together. That being said, enjoy the rest of the day. I'm out.